Good afternoon, everybody. It's November the 13th, which is Michelle's birthday, but we're going to make one of them here shortly, hopefully. Waiting on a cake, so I thought I'd make a video and talk about some of the landscapes, some things that I like here, and show you some plants. Most of them I don't know the names of, probably some of them I should. So one of the outstanding things here, the first time I think I've ever seen this is not like, bluegrass or fescue or something back home. This is called frog grass. It's little stings, and it's kind of like a strawberry plant almost. Grows really thick, it's really soft, low maintenance, quite beautiful. She actually grows it and sells some of it, so I think that's pretty interesting. So that's one of my favorite things we'll show you as we go around the yard. This is a good example of it. It's something where you're not, tomorrow it's not twice as tall as it is today. So it does grow, and I think requires some trimming, but very minimal. So quite nice, stands up to erosion and different things. Seems to love the sun and heat. So just walk around, show some plants. If you guys want to help me out in the comments on certain names of it. So we'll walk around the yard first and maybe come back out here. Hedge is kind of nice. A little tip I've learned back home, I'll try to keep the video reasonable here, is go in here and trim out some, and not necessarily the dead, but cut a hole in the bush. It allows it to thicken up, because what happens to your hedges, this is a good example, is that they get thick on top, they become thin underneath, which then you lose your privacy, which is what you're looking for. Also, you can taper them on the sides and make them a little fatter on the bottom and then on the top to let the bottom get some more light. But when it gets really thick like this, your light can't get through. So here's some new starts of that frog grass. So they put the plugs in like that, and then over a period of time it fills in, really chokes out the weeds, keeps your feet from getting muddy. Here's a plant I really like. Like I said, I should, even from being from America, I like the color on it, so that's really attractive. So if you know what that's called here, here's a bamboo hedge, a variety of bamboo. My understanding, they have like 5 or so different things of bamboo. Same with this, the hedge is getting thin down low because it's so thick on the top. So again, you prune it out a little bit and poke some holes in the top of it by cutting back, reaching in and cutting out some down in here. So same technique. So it was in the landscaping game for about 41 years. So the best plants are around on the corner, so we'll probably circle around there rather quickly. Here's a little palm tree. I think that's, somebody told me that's called the fishtail palm. By the end of the thing, looks chewed off, but it's supposed to represent like a little fin of a fishtail. So here's something that's pretty. I'll show you that. There's more bamboo that's hanging over. Bamboo is typically very aggressive. So there's a beautiful flower, if anybody knows the name of that. And the flowers just seem never-ending, blooming time after time. So, but yeah, most bamboos that I have experience with, they're quite aggressive, and you plant it there, pretty soon they're rooting out. Probably not all, but they tend to take over. Here's a beautiful plant. I love the variegation on that, of white and then there's the flower from the bush back there. So if you know any of the plant names or can help me out, go ahead and put that in the comment. There's the one that's gotten buried and hidden back there, so it's not doing so well. It's trying to get some light. It says, hey me, here I am, help me. We'll walk over here real quick. Again, the variegation really draws my eye. I'm big into planting plants like that. So this is kind of a little viney thing you can train to go up the side, so that's pretty beautiful. I haven't noticed any flowers. Probably may or may not. You can let me know in the comments. It looks like it does do something. There's some old buds. There's some more variegation of the plant. Now the problem I see here is the bed's not very wide, so once they plant, depends on what plant you're planting, it's either on the house, which is not good, or it's over in the yard in your way, so make your beds pretty big and plant them in the center and plant accordingly. There's a cute little fern, that's neat. It's kind of like a hosty type of thing. So we'll show you that. Again, if people want to chime in and say what the names of some of these are, that'd be great. Help me out. That's kind of boring, but it plays well with the variegated plant because it's contrasting, which is what you want. There's a little fern back there. There's more of that. This is kind of hosty type thing. So yeah, everything's tropical here naturally in the Philippines. I like the shape of this, but again, it's like a tree, and the bed is very narrow, so everything's hanging. There's the bed line, and so it's hanging out well over there, so it's even shaded out the frog grass. So that's a problem. The bed probably should have been another foot to foot and a half wide, and then just plant it more in the center, and then it's not so much on the house, because plants on the house are bad for insect and the structure of the house, so keep that in mind. Let's see what else looks like some banana type trees. There, we got more of the colors, so you can see how you play with the darker greens and the variety of colors, how that purple really jumps out at you, especially when they're near something dark green. We'll walk you out back here. This is the LNN pension house that I'm staying at. So this is a little garden area, and she does all this work herself. I'm sure the kids or somebody helps her out a little bit, but primarily under her direction. So there's some ferns down there. I'm a big fan of ferns, love ferns. There's another example of the plant, so if you know what the name of that plant is, let me know, because it's quite beautiful. That's a good example. We'll just take a few more minutes here. Just wanted to talk about some landscaping, which is what I've done and loved in America, and was made a living at it, and that's how I'm able to get to the Philippines after 41 years of work. Kind of hurts my feet. Hopefully there's no nails here. That tree kind of needs to be trimmed up. It would help the frog grass, and then you could actually walk around and enjoy it. There's a little gate. There's more than beautiful flowers, so let me know in the comments on that. Lots of interest over here. There's a nice white, mix your colors in, shapes and textures. That's the key to quality landscape. You want your landscape to get back and look like a painting. Block views you don't want to see, and because there's a little resort next door to these couple businesses. You want to camouflage and hide and catch people's interest with shapes and textures. This is a nice plant here. I like that. I think it shoots up a flower at some point. I love the big leaves on it. And you notice how they're shaped to catch the rainwater and funnel it back to the plant. Apparently it's a very thirsty plant here in the tropics and likes water, because they'll go in this leaf and run down. The stem is concave on one side. I don't think I can show it. If you look closely, you might be able to see it, which funnels all the things, rain to the roots. Let's see over here some more. There's a lot of variegation there. Might have been nice to have a couple dark plants in between, but still looks pretty nice. I'd like to go, you know, dark variegated, dark variegated, or purple, you know, mix the colors a little bit more. There's like 3 or 4 plants in a row that's very variegated, although they are different type plants, which is good. So yeah, I'm a little tired, and so hopefully I don't sound too terrible. And plus, you know, as everybody knows on the channel by now, I'm not so good with my health, so struggle with that daily occurrence throughout the day. Energy comes and goes, so that's focusing. It's hard to tell with the lighting. That's quite beautiful, and there's another stage of it. And I think that's just coming out maybe, and then that one's blooming, a little past bloom, starting to fade. Very beautiful. We'll finish the video back out here. It says we're waiting for Michelle's cake to arrive, which was supposed to be about almost 2 hours ago by now. I was told, I said, how long does it take? 30 minutes, sir. So typical Philippines, but you roll with it. Still irritating. Here's something that's pretty, very white. I just love when you have a variety of colors. It's like a orchid, or help me out, I can't think right with my health issues. What is that? It's I know it's tropical, obviously. Tropical, I've heard of them before. I don't want to say orchid or something, it's something else. Quite beautiful. All right, we'll wrap it up here. There's more to see. There's a big garden on the other back over next door, but they're mostly shady plants, so we'll make one over there as well. They don't have enough sunlight to have as much color, so as you can see, this corner gets full sun, so most of the day, so it's quite beautiful. But that's where it would have been nice to mix maybe a little bit more color over here next to these hedges. Throw separate a little bit and then throw something in between or something. Make like 3 layers of interest. All right, that's my time on landscaping here and some plants and flowers in the Philippines. And thanks for watching, and thought that'd be interesting as we have a few minutes. There's Michelle waiting on her cake. Thanks for watching, everybody. That's it from, it's Thursday, November the 13th. We're in Palawan and Cabayagan area. Thanks for watching.